look at what has happened. I mean, if one were to be sitting in Washington listening to all of this, one would come to a surmise, oh my God, the situation is getting extremely dangerous. This is not about India and Pakistan anymore. There's talk of a nuclear conflagration. There's talk of a response from Pakistan. Let's forget the diplomacy, the coercive diplomacy India is putting, and put the pressure back on India to say, please keep quiet about it. Please tolerate it for a while longer, because we can't see the situation going out of hand. Maruf, you'd agree?
Yes, obviously, but I think, you know, there is, in the case of General Kiyani's statement, what I would like to ask Mr. Fatmi that in the last several months, Pakistan has been attacked repeatedly through air and through sometimes ground assaults in the Pak-Afghan border area, where the tribal areas have been seen by the US to be harboring militants and Talibans. But Pakistan's army chief and Pakistan's establishment has never come out with such an aggressive statement. It has only come out with statements saying that they would like to protect Pakistani sovereignty. But in this case, Pakistan's army chief, without India's formal military action being initiated, nor any formal announcement by India about the fact that it's going in for confrontation, we are getting these kind of statements. So is the Pakistan army really wanting to go back to doing what they do best? Or is the Pakistan army just soothing public concerns and fear?
Well, first of all, I would like to make a very strong distinction between what you have been stating and what the Indian leaders have been stating. Yes, it is true, on the 19th of December, the foreign minister said that war is not an option. But only 2 days ago, he said that all options are on the table. And again, the Congress chief, Mrs. Gandhi, said that we are prepared to give a befitting reply to India. So I don't understand why you should be surprised at the comment of General Kiyani. People in Pakistan are obviously worried. You have been beating the drums of war. You have been ratcheting up pressure. You have been throwing out belligerent statements. And you expect the Pakistan army chief not to react. The people of Pakistan are obviously getting worried and unhappy. The peace lobby is getting frightened. They don't want to come out and speak. So obviously he has to speak out.
But Mr. Fatmi, you know, I want to come back to General VP Malik on this. The reason why this causes concern is because it is Kiyani and it is not Zardari, it is not Gilani who's setting the tone, and Kiyani seems to be having the backing of the Taliban. That's a dangerous combination, which is why people in New Delhi now believe that it is Kiyani and Baitullah Masood and probably Hafiz Saeed who set the tone and the tenor of what Pakistan does, and Zardari and Gilani are merely mascots.
No, please believe me, you are stretching the point. You are letting your imagination fly away from reality. There is no such connection. You are talking on one side of a group of terrorist, extremists, militants who the Pakistan army has been battling for years. On the other hand, you are talking of the chief of the Pakistan army, who according to every account is an extremely sober, professional soldier. The American administration and Condi Rice and General Mullen have repeatedly stated that they feel that General Kiyani is the right man for the right job at the right time. They have total confidence in him. But you have to understand that his comment has come in response to statements that have emanated from Delhi. Okay. And in fact, when these statements hit the headlines in Pakistan, there is understandable concern. The Pakistan army has placed over 100,000 troops on the front lines. They are engaged in battle. They are combating these people. But it is very difficult to deal with an internal domestic insurgency. The Indian army, which is as professional as any in the world, is facing similar problems in many parts of India. So I don't think you should be trying to place these kind of contrasting pictures. But I want to assure you, the important thing is not what Baitullah Masood should be saying or that. The thing is, people in responsible positions in India have got to cool down. They cannot engage in linguistic statements and expect the Pakistanis not to do anything.
Yes, General Malik.
Look, we are not talking about what is happening on the western border. We are now talking about the Lashkar-e-Taiba, we are talking about Jaish-e-Mohammed. We are talking about these outfits. They are not operating on the western border. They are within Punjab. They are in POK. They are in Sindh. I mean, that is what surprises all of us. How come Pakistan army is not wanting or unable to take action against these outfits?
No, the army is not meant to take on people within the country. That is for the paramilitary forces, for the police forces, for the civilian government. And for years, you were very happy dealing with a military dictator in Pakistan, and you were supping, if I may say so, with a totally illegitimate ruler in connivance with the Americans, and obviously you permitted the whole thing to get out of hand. And what we are seeing today is actually...
I think these are diversions.
No, it's not a question of... No, they are not diversions.
One minute, one minute, gentlemen.
No, it's not a reality, it's a diversion. We are seeing what the Americans have over the past so many years followed a policy in which they have supported an illegitimate military ruler in Pakistan who was playing ducks and drakes. So obviously
that's the concern
there. But I want to assure you that this civilian government, which has gone out of the way to express its determination to enter into a meaningful dialogue with India, do you want to actually engage in a dialogue? Or do you want to engage in an embarrassment?
Mr. Fatmi, this civilian government in Pakistan would remember also that the person who is speaking now of fighting hand-to-hand combat along with your soldiers is the same man who killed the person who today could have been Prime Minister of Pakistan, Benazir Bhutto. And this statement of Baitullah Masood goes unopposed in Pakistan, unquestioned. There's a muted response or no response from Pakistan. Isn't that surprising?
Unopposed. It will be opposed. It will be, in fact, rejected and trashed if he has made the statement.
Okay.
But I want to tell you that there should be a clear distinction with what Baitullah Masood says and what General Kiyani says. Right. General Kiyani is only responding to the kind of panic that Indian statements are creating in Pakistan.
Well, okay.